going to speak about relationships today. Relationships are of various kinds. What is important is having happiness, balance, love, compromise, adjusting each other. There are so many things that go into making a relationship beautiful. It's a huge subject. Today we shall restrict ourselves to talking about relationships between people who are in love with each other. So the first category that we see in relationships are there where people are very loving in the relationships, very nurturing, looking out for each other's dreams, trying, there's spontaneity, there is adventure, there are so many beautiful things going on, where couples are helping each other out, be in a beautiful space, supporting each other's dreams, making things happen, being fun-like, being adventurous, being spontaneous, whole host of things. So I would like to look at this as category 1. Category 2 is where we got so used to each other. We largely take each other for granted. Love seems to have gone out of the window. There may be respect, but we really don't care. There are so many other things which take precedence. I've got work, maybe the dog, maybe the car needs fixing. Has the maid been paid? Have the children done their homework? Have their school fees been paid? Have we made enough money to build another house? Anything except what nourishes or nurtures the relationship between the two individuals. It's a very, very simple transactional relationship. It is sad. And I know so many couples, and even research tells us so. Maximum number of people fall in category 2. In the beginning there is love, there is eroticism, there are so many things. It lights the flame, but very soon that dies down. The day one out of the two decides that they're not going to contribute to the relationship, to nurturing it, the relationship starts deteriorating. We don't even know when everything is going out, when the relationship or love is going out of the window. There are couples, it could be the man or it could be the woman. He or she goes to work, they're doing very well at work, barking orders at people, getting them to do things. But when you come home, you need to bring the nurturing relationship home. You don't need to bring the work attitude home. And that is where the problem lies. When we bring the work attitude home, we bark orders, we expect things to happen as they happen at work. And I'm not saying you should not take the loving, nurturing relationship to the workplace. You should, if you can, but most people can't. At least don't bring the work attitude home. And when they bring that home, what happens? I come home, has the bill been paid? Has this happened? Let's just switch on the TV, watch it. There is no real communication. Communication dies. When respect dies, because he thinks or she thinks they are cat's whiskers. They don't expect much from the other. And it's like, I remember a long time ago I had seen a gentleman helping a little child around the place. And I thought he was, one of the constables. Later I got to know, when I was introduced to the person, his wife was the IPS officer. She was barking orders at the husband as if he was a flunky, just like she probably treats criminals or constables at work. What happens with this? Respect is gone. When respect is gone, communication breaks down. When communication breaks down, sooner or later, before you know it, the relationship has also broken down. And I see most people fitting into category 2. And it is really, really sad. Let's quickly look at category 3. This is where most of us would not like to be. I see a lot of people here where people become abusive. It could be physical abuse. It could be mental abuse. It could be just contempt, neglect. I don't care. And it is terrible. I have known a case where the husband hardly ever worked. He lived to a grand old age of 70 plus. but he probably worked for a few years in the middle. For most of his married life, his wife worked. She brought the bacon home, yet she was beaten mercilessly. Regular. Husband was an extremely religious person. Still it happened. 40 years she stayed in the marriage. Why? We have to know when we have to leave a party, when we have to leave the relationship, when we have to leave the job. There is no use watering a dead plant. So we have to know when we have to do something in a relationship, when we have to ignore some things, or when we have to leave. You need to figure out you are in which category and which category do you want to move to. If you want to move to that, is it a beautiful place that you are in now? We need to think about it. There was a Harvard study which spanned 75 years where they checked that the thing which brings about longevity and happiness in couples is the deep, meaning relationships that people have. Not just I know you, you're my work colleague or something. No, deep, meaning relationships. That's what you know. I could pick up the phone and call you up at 2 in the morning. But if we don't have those, it affects our lifespan. It affects our happiness. For those who are looking for love, I would very, very clearly say you have to distinguish between good partners. There are largely two types of partners. One are the toxic type. If there is something that we need to discuss, there is a disagreement, it could turn violent. When I say violent, there is disagreement, there is anger, there is no solution. The other type of a partner is the one who is divine. We both don't agree on it, but we can come to some kind of an understanding. It could result in changed behavior, in a new solution that we have come up for the two of us. So you have to be able to define whether you have a toxic partner or a divine partner. Choose wisely. I know a lot of cases where people, it's a one-sided affair in the sense one truly loves the other. The other one therefore starts taking the person who loves them for granted. And they don't realize the value of what they've got. If at all, they realize only when they've lost it and not before. Someone who loves you truly has given a huge amount of space in their heart to you. When they choose to walk away, you have lost that space in their heart. They have not lost anything because you haven't given them any space in your heart. It is purely your loss. And imagine, it is very, very rare to find someone who truly, truly loves you, who values you just for your company and nothing else. Ask those who are pining for love, who want to know that there is someone out there whom they can connect with, but they just can't find that right person. And we don't realize what we got. Many a times when we are over with how much we love the other person, we realize it was our love that made that person so unique. And we only place them up on that high pedestal. But actually they're very ordinary. Many a times we can't see that because we are all full of love. You have to know when to drop it and not to just fritter away your time. Everywhere I see, it is so easy to talk about negative emotions, to express hate, abuse people on forums, social media, but so difficult to show or express love, like, praise. Why is it? Why are we conditioned like that by society? That we hold back on praise but express hate. So how do we get to category 1? which is the good space to be. Be spontaneous. Do fun things. It doesn't work, I just have a vacation once a year. It's the things you do daily. One cannot be creative every day. Do it once a week. Surprise her, surprise him. Do things that he or she loves. Nurture their dreams. Care for them. Bring the spice back into your lives. That is what will make a change. And it will help the next generation see this is how Mama and Papa live. And this is how we should live our lives. Not transactional, not abusive, but let it be fun. You are creative at work. You are creative when you do things. But if you aren't, you know how work will end up. So if this is important, be creative here too. Do fun things here too. If you want it to be beautiful. Thank you.